What's up, dudes? This is Reset, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 auto commentary. This time we have a special game between two very good players. Let's just get to it and introduce them. We have here on the left side, spawning as the red orc player, SK.Lyn. And on the other side, right next to him, close spawn, is spawning as the yellow night elf player. We have We Made Fox Moon. This is, I believe, I think this team, the We Made Fox team, was after he left MYM. I'm not 100% sure. But from what I've known, this game is actually a pretty good game. So I'm actually excited to cast it. The last game we casted was between two players, I believe, that were well known now in the community. Not as well known as Moon and Lyn are back in the past when they used to play back in WC3L and WCG. So this is going to be a game between two titans, and I'm actually really excited to cast it, especially when it's close spawn. For me, I think close spawn Night Elf versus Orc is a bad matchup for the Night Elf players, just because Orc can pull off so much cheese, or they could just harass you consistently and delay you from creeping and getting your heroes up in levels. And a BM close spawn is always very, very scary. So I want to see how this game pans out. I want to see if Lyn actually does go for some sort of cheese or some sort of different play, or if Moon's going to somehow out micro him and, you know, get some talents and hopefully win the game, you know. So here we can see he's building a little blockade right here, and he's gonna put the AOW here after he creeps, and the reason for that is because he doesn't want the Blade Master to come into his base and just kill peasants without any problems. That's against any race. I think a Blade Master can do so much damage in your base. So as a Night Elf, Wisp are pretty weak and they die pretty quickly, so you want to block off your base. And standard creeping coming out from Moon, you can see he pulled up the AOW so his archer doesn't take any damage. And I want to see if the Blade Master actually just jets here. No, he doesn't. I think he's going to go for that Ogre Magi. I'm sorry, not the Ogre Magi, the Ogre here that's level 3. He wants to get the items, or he might end up creeping this or down here. So we'll see what he decides to do. It looks like he's going to sell this TP for a circlet, and he does end up doing that. And yes, he does end up going for this Ogre Magi. He wants to get that really beefy item, which can give you can get, I believe, pendants out of it and stuff like that. And you also get that sentry ward that's invisible. So really good start for him, and he's not going to take any harass from Moon, so he's going to do this freely. And he does end up getting the boost of speed, so that's another 250 gold he will be saving. He doesn't have to spend it on getting that gold from the shop. So really good item drop for Lyn as of yet. And let's see if what Moon ends up getting. I think as a DH you do want to get either a circlet or a claws +6, and we'll see if he gets it. He does get that circlet, and you can see a grunt is here to do some harassment, maybe try to stop him from creeping that so easily, and you know, use it as a scout. The archer does end up getting healed, and so does the DH. He does drop that item for a second so he can so he doesn't have to use that much moon juice, and you know the reason for that is because the circlet does give you that health, so you want to drop that before you heal. And it does look like he does have a little crack right here in between his base. I'm not sure if the BM, I think the BM can actually fit through it. I think if an archer can fit through it, the Blade Master can fit through it as well. So maybe a little blunder from Moon. I don't think he knows that it was there, but we'll see if the units can go through there. And Moon ends up creeping this level 5 Ogre Magi himself, and this is what I feel is very risky. Since it's close spawn, I feel like the Blade Master can be around anytime. He should dust really quickly, and he doesn't dust actually. He felt safe, and he does pick up that Ring of Protection +3, I believe it is. Yeah, he did. So not the best item. I think Lyn did get a better item when he did creep that shop, and he didn't get the Boots of Speed, so I'm kind of curious why he didn't pick it up. Usually you want to pick that up, especially against a Blade Master. You can't escape from the Blade Master when he's already one walk, so Boots and the one walk will, you can't, you know, he'll hunt you down in a couple seconds. But we'll see how he manages. I'm pretty sure he'll probably pick that up later on in the game, and we can see he's going towards Lyn's base, but Lyn has already sniffed it out with these grunts. He's just moving him back and forth, giving his Blade Master some time to creep this Ogre Warrior. And let's see what he gets. A claws +6. This is exactly what he wanted. Claws +6 plus that critical strike, so his BM won't be doing more damage. And I think he's going to end up creeping this sometime soon, maybe after he stops his harass, because he does want to get those items onto his Blade Master. Even if it's a circlet or a Gloves of Haste, it's pretty worth it on the Blade Master. And Moon goes with 5 archers. Standard archers you see around is 4, but I think since it's close spawn, he does want to get that extra archer just in case some shenanigans comes out from Lyn, you know, like I was talking about the burrow or tower rush. So I think that's a really good job by Moon. And a surround does come down from Lyn. He doesn't have a staff of teleportation, but these archers should be coming and helping. And I think if Moon can maybe get away from this, maybe no. He does end up killing one grunt, and he's going for this BM. And I think he might not get out of this one. He will get this BM pretty weak, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't run his DH out when he killed that grunt. But a Naga is picked up from Moon. This is actually pretty surprising. We're used to seeing the BM second. So I want to see if he still continues to go dots. It does look like he's still going dots, but he is getting that archer improved bow, which allows your archers to shoot further. Really interesting strategy from Moon. I think he's playing this close spawn really differently from what most else will play it. So I'm actually excited to see what he's gonna do. Maybe he's gonna just do a dot archer pusher with no upgrade, which this is what I'm thinking he's going for. And then Naga does get staff back from the DH using the staff of preservation, and he does pop the I won't call it the moonstone. I'm not sure what it's called, but it does make it nighttime, so he wants to replenish his moon wells with that. And it looks like he's surrounding himself right here, but oh my god, the surround does go off on the demon hunter. I was too busy looking at what those archers were doing, but good job from Lyn. And I don't know why Moon was so backed up in a corner there. It looks like he's gonna try to stop the pass to his DH. Oh my god, he stabbed that pass to his staff to his Naga, uses that staff of preservations and gets away. That was some pretty ballsy play from Moon, but he didn't have a teleport, so that was his only way out. Really good job from him. I thought that shockwave might have taken him out, but it looked like he actually got away by the skin of his teeth. So we'll see what he's going to end up doing. His heroes are pretty weak, but it looks like he's aiming for this Blade Master, and this Blade Master is only level 1, so don't forget this DH is level 2, and he does have that health potion, so he's looking pretty good right now. And I think this, let's see, okay, he does use a salve. He doesn't. I thought he might have picked up a health pot, but he doesn't. And the DH continues to do some more harassing into this base, but he won't take out that Peon Good Micro from Lyn. And I'm curious if this Raider has ensnare. If this Raider has ensnare, another surround may come off, but it doesn't matter because I believe that staff is still on a Naga, yeah. So he would have got out there scot-free. So really good job from both these players. I really like how Moon has been microing. He's been microing flawlessly. Played this game perfect so far, and it does look like he will be going with that Cyclone onto his dots. That's what I would have gone myself, honestly, but he could have done this dot archer push if he made more archers, but since he stopped around 5, it looked like he wasn't gonna commit to that. And oh, this wasn't creeped yet, so let's see what Lyn gets out of this. A Claws +6 will be exactly what he wants, and he ends up getting the Gloves of Haste. The Gloves of Haste is still a good item because you attack faster, which means you can get more crits down, so not a bad item. It's actually a pretty good item still for the Blade Master. And it looks like this Raider might actually go down. It came to scout a little bit, but unfortunate for him, it goes down, and all he did is throw down 1 ensnare. So you can see those archers bow, that improved bow, actually did help him take out that Raider. The Raider couldn't run away. It did get some more volleys off, so really good upgrade from Moon. And I'm kind of curious to see what tome will be dropped here. It looks like both of them will be going for this shop, and this tome of XP is obviously what they both want. It looks like this whistle was coming to detonate, but no luck as the DM1 walks and kills it. Let's see. I want to see what items they get. Alright, let's see the tome. The tome of agility coming out for Lyn, and the tome of strength coming out for the Demon Hunter. I want to see if they get the experience tome. You know, sometimes it does drop, so you get pretty lucky with that. And the scroll of healing does come out, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, he will get that Envo pot. And it looks like Moon is doing some ballsy creeping right here. He's gonna pull out this Ogre Lord, and he's gonna ensnare and surround it. That way the other units will run back, and he will just have to focus on this Ogre Lord. So pretty good job from Lyn. I think this, if he gets the Cloak of Flames, it's gonna be a really good item for him. He does get the Tome of XP, and he does get the Helm of Valor. Not the best item for the BM, honestly. It does increase your strength and agility, but I think a Cloak of Flames honestly would be a better item. Not saying this is a horrible item, you know, you get that extra HP and you do get that agility, but I think a Cloak of Flames is much better, especially against these talents. You could just go into the front line and just kind of do all this sort of damage with that Cloak of Flames. And the TC is level 3, so this is looking really good for Lyn. If Moon does decide to attack, he only has a level 2 Naga, I believe, yeah. And he doesn't have he does pick up a third hero, and it is the Tinker. I'm still curious on why he picked the Naga. I think he just was scared of some sort of maybe push from Lyn, or maybe he wanted to just track down some grunts. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't have gone for it honestly. But you know, Moon is much better than me, so I can't really critique him for doing that, especially since I don't know the reasoning behind it. He does have a TP on top of that Naga, and that's because the DH has so much ways of healing and using the Invo Pod. So he feels like the Naga will be probably the first unit that's gonna be focused, and it looks like the BM is coming in. The peons are being pulled out, and you can see the Spirit Link going down. A Shockwave does go down onto 4 dots. The Cyclone is keep going onto these heroes. That's all he wants. He wants a Cyclone this BM. He wants a Cyclone this TC. That's all you want to use your Cyclones on. And it looks like Lyn actually has the upper hand here, but the Scroll of Healing does get used. Then Snare goes down onto that DH. It looks like the BM will be focusing it, but all these Raiders are so weak. They're going down so quickly. The DH is the focus, but he does pop his Info Pod. He did use his Giant Health Pod, so he doesn't have any other form of healing. This BM does get thrown up into the air. He has no mana, so if it gets surrounded, it could die. But Lyn does get out of there. Couple Raiders, couple Grunts, both of them weak. And it looks like the AOW is coming in to join the fight. A really good job on bringing this AOW. Now, if you bring this AOW, it can tank a lot of the damage, and it can do a lot of damage. It's plus 60 almost, I believe, at 55. So you do want to bring that AOW in, especially when it's close spawn. The DH does get focused down, and he does TP. The TP was passed on to him from the Naga, and he does TP out, but he did take down, I believe, a Grunt and a Raider before he got out of there. So pretty worth it for Moon, I would say. He did a lot of damage to Lyn. I believe Lyn is at 40 food right now. I can't, let me see. That's Moon. Moon's at 47, and Lyn is exactly on 40. So yeah, he's on 40 food. So it's looking pretty bad for Lyn, honestly. I mean, it was looking good in the beginning when that TC, especially when it was hitting level 3. You would think more shockwaves as well, but he didn't hit any big shockwaves. He does have a big chance right now because there's no Scroll of Healing on Moon. So if he does hit 1 or even 2 shot, he could hit 2, it'll be really good for him. But even if he hits 1, those dots would be pretty weak. And it looks like he doesn't want to pick this fight because this factory right here that's down from Moon, it's placed in a beautiful place right now, and he can't really focus it. The DH looked like he was focused for a little bit, but he couldn't do enough damage, and now it looks like Moon might actually be taking over this game. I don't see how Lyn can stop this. He doesn't have any pots on his DH, so if he does focus that DH and force him to TP out, that'll be one good thing going for him. And it does look like that's what he's going to aim to do, but don't forget the Naga does have that Staff of Preservation, so even if he focuses that DH, he can get that back unless it gets ensnared non-stop. So the dot does get ensnared here, and it looks like a little blunder from Moon. He does end up losing this dot, and it looks like he's going to run away for now. He did take out that shot, so he will have to, Lyn will have to rebuild it. So it's looking pretty good right now for the Night Elf player, but Lyn can still come back, especially with that level 3 TC. It does look like he popped a mana pot, and these talons are lined up so, oh my god, they were lined up beautifully for Lyn to shockwave, and he does get thrown up into the air, but he does get 1 shockwave down. It looks like these dots are in the front. This Tinker doesn't have enough mana for the Pocket Factory. He needs about 10 more mana, so a lot of these talons are going down. He has no sort of tank in the front, and it looks like Lyn has decided to instead go for the talons, which I think is a smart choice right now. But then he changes his mind, goes straight for the DH. He does have a health bot, so I think this focus is pretty bad from Lyn. I think he should be going for these dots, and unlimited Cyclones going off from Moon, and I think he could surround this BM. I don't know why he didn't. If he could easily surround it and kill it, but it looks like instead he'll be going for these units and just throwing up the BM. And it does look like Tinker does hit level 2. The DH is pretty weak, but he does end up using his health pot, and the BM is going straight for this Naga. The Naga is getting pretty weak, and so is the DH, but the DH might be going down. No, a staff does go down from the Naga. If he had another snare, that DH was definitely dead. And it looks like some escape is coming out for Moon. He can't fight anymore. He doesn't have his DH. His DH is honestly the only thing that's kind of taking the frontline damage, and that's because the Tinker Pocket Factory was down, but it is up now, so if he wants to go for that, he can. Clarity was popped from the TC, but unfortunate for him, it does get cancelled by the Tinker, and it looks like the Naga is the choice to go for, but he does get the health pulls, the pots transferred to him. Too much going on at the same time. This Raider will end up going down, I think, and it looks like it will go down. It does go down, and Snare goes down onto the DH, but he won't go down. He does get ensnared again. And he's really weak, but he does have the staff on the Naga, don't forget, and he doesn't have any sort of health pots or anything, but he has 2 clarities, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna pass 1 to the Naga and 1 to the Tinker. And the BM might be going for an Invul Pot or a Scroll of Healing. He does get the Scroll of Healing, and I won't be surprised if he does get an Invul Pot. He doesn't have enough gold for it, so he probably won't. He does look like he's coming back into the fight. This Naga is pretty weak, but it is level 3, so that Fork of Lightning will do a lot of damage. He might want to pop this Clarity again. Yeah, there he goes. So he wants to get enough for that Shockwave. And it looks like the Naga is the hero that they're going to go for, but the Naga does have that teleport now. The DH brought it from his base, so it looks like the Naga will TP out. We're 5 HP. My god, Moon's micro is ridiculous, honestly. I don't know how he does it. He was so weak, 5 HP, and he gets out of there. So really good job for Moon. His micro is on point right now. Unfortunate for Lyn, his micro I think is more on the sloppy side compared to Moon, but Moon does have that Naga for that, you know, those ice arrows, so it's gonna be really tough for him to micro. And you know, the Cyclone throwing up in the air, he could easily target units 1 by 1 when he does that, so it's really tough for him. But it looks like both of them are going back to creeping. I'm surprised Lyn is actually doing this. I would honestly be scared if I was Lyn, because I feel like Moon will be coming back around the corner because he hasn't been stopping his aggression. So the Helm of Valor does go to the Demon Hunter, so another decent item. You know, you get that strength onto that DH, and like I was saying, he has no beefy frontline besides that Pocket Factory, and most Orc players do focus that Pocket Factory, so if it does get focused, DH has about 1,000 health points, and he does get an Envil Pot, so really good item for him. And this Tinker unfortunately doesn't, oh, it will hit level 3 now, since this Peon came to Scout. Again, unfortunate for Lyn, you know, he just went to Scout and gave the Tinker a level 3, so really bad luck for him. But the TC continues to creep. He wants to get a level 5 on it. A level 3 Shockwave is pretty strong, and it looks like he does have a health pot. If this is a mana pot, you know, it's not. The one is stealing magic, mana stealing, whatever you want to call it, and not the best item, honestly. It gives you like 50, I believe. He might be going to sell this. We'll see. I think he will sell it. Yeah, he does, and he gets another Scroll of Healing, so that's 2 Scroll of Healings, I believe. No, he used the one earlier, I guess. He did have one on his BM, so I don't know. He maybe used it before because the units were pretty weak. But it looks like Moon's in his base, just taking out burrows, taking out that shop again. And he's in a really bad position right now, honestly, but he does move his talents back. If the TC was there, he would have gotten a decent shockwave off, especially since the DH wasn't really around that area. And it looks like the DH is the focus. He doesn't snare it, and the reason he snares the DH and not focus it is because he wants to keep it back, so that way he can get a shockwave off without getting mana burn. But these wisps do come in and they do detonate, so the TC has no mana. So right now the TC is rendered useless. He has no mana, he has no shop, so he can't get any mana pots or anything like that. So maybe keeping that mana stealing was actually would have been a good idea. And it looks like Saran does go on DH, but he does have the Invul Pot. He is saving it, however, because he still has the 7 preservation. He does have a health pot. He might pass that straight to the DH. It does look like he does pop his Invul Pot, and he probably gets past. He gets past the teleportation scroll. And unfortunate for Moon, it does look like the Naga is getting focused now, and it looks like he might have to focus back and forth. He doesn't know which hero he might want to go for. He can go for the DH or for the Naga, but he keeps passing the TP back and forth. He does end up going for the DH, but it looks like he's losing so many units trying to do this. Moon is just punishing him for trying to focus on his units, and he lost like 3 grunts there, or I'm sorry, 3 raiders, so it's looking really bad for Lyn now. He focused way too hard on DH, and he didn't kill it fast enough, and the TP pass back and forth really, I think, got him confused. He didn't know what to go for. So good job from Moon again, microing that teleportation scroll back and forth. It looks like the Naga is going to be focused, and it will go down this time. Unfortunate for him, he had the Staff of Preservation on it, but not the TP. It was left on the DH, but the DH is coming back full force. Only Spirit Walkers at this point, and again, no mana on the TC. He does have that health pot, but honestly, it's very useless. I mean, he could die instantly. One Cyclone, he will die. He can't get away from this round, and he can surround this BM right now. I don't know why he's not going for it. He doesn't even have an Invul Pot. Honestly, why wouldn't you surround it? It makes no sense to me. You can surround it, kill it easily. The TC has no mana, so just Cyclone and just surround it. And it looks like he might be going for that surround now, finally. Onto the TC. And it does get surrounded. Wow, really good surround. He still doesn't have an ore, by the way. I just realized that. He does have a mana pot, however. So if he wants to replenish his mana and do some more mana burns, the TC does have a level 5, but I think he went for level... No, he stick with level 2 endurance. I think he should have gone level 3, but it doesn't even matter. GG is called from land, and Moon ends up taking it. Pretty good game. Moon did some really amazing micro, honestly. The micro for the scroll of teleportation and the staff of preservation, he non-stop microed, and he kept the TC really low on mana. He would mana burn it, cyclone it, and then right when it came down, he would try to mana burn it again. Obviously, sometimes he failed, but overall, he played this game flawlessly. The only mistake he made is keeping that keeping the staff on the Naga, but not the TP. When you have the staff on one hero like the DH, you want to have the TP on him as well, because if they focus the Naga, you could just staff it back and you still have a way to TP out with your main champion who has that teleportation scroll. So that's probably the only blunder he really had. Other than that, he played it beautifully. Really good game from him, and if you have trouble with close spawn, you might want to try this out. Might try out Naga. Who knows? It might be a really good second champ. That Fork of Lightning is pretty strong, and you could focus down those units one by one. But again, guys, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if there's any other replay you want me to cast, then just leave it in the description below, and I'll cast it for you guys. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.